So we gone fishing. We're down on the syndicate today, yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think. Today we're doing something different. We're trying with maggots, and we're already getting beeps, so it's looking good. I've been in now about an hour. I'm fishing a swing called the Double down towards the island end, and yeah, it's looking good. Just got the rods out. Got about half one now. Been here since 10, half 10. So been here quite a while, but yeah, it's looking good. Get back to you in a bit. Cheers, guys. Okay guys, so I'm just going to run you through the rig I'm using. This is the maggot rig. I've got the chod out there as usual, sort of protocol sort of thing, but basically we're using a running rig, a quick chain swivel, ordinary swivel. We've got Gardner chod skin there, wide gape X, a bit of silicone on the hook. There's a bit of a strip back there just to provide movement. It's interesting stuff. This is quite heavy, quite supple when stripped back, but quite rigid when not. So it's good stuff. Bit of silicone on the hook. Then this is the business end. We've just pulled this in, so the maggots are a bit bashed and gone. But yeah, we're using some maggots called a maggot clip. Piece pop-up sweet corn. So that is how it's going to do, and it flips and turns nicely. So hopefully we shall have one. We've got PVA bag with that. Oh no, we've got Nash chain reaction today actually. Something slightly different to what I usually use. Nash chain reaction IC ones. I thought I'd give them a go easier than messing about with PVA. They seem to be catching well down here, so I'm going to give them a go. So I'm going to redo this and get this back out. Cheers, guys. Okay guys, just a quick update. It's probably about 3:30 now. Been resting the swim all afternoon. Put my rods out straight away, then took them back in. Decided not to do that. Put a bit of bait out around there, just a bit of hemp, and yeah. Now I've gotten back out again, beeping away. So yeah, not much has happened, but I think we're in for a good one. There's been loads of fish topping down that way. Like down from me's just lost one. So yeah, it's looking good. There's a lot of carp about, so we shall have to see what happens. Spot on. Speak to you later. Cheers, guys. You may have noticed, guys, that I am wearing some official We've Gone Fishing clothes. We do a hoodie, and I've also got a t-shirt with We've Gone Fishing on it as well. So We've Gone Fishing there, We've Gone Fishing on the back, and it also says see us on YouTube. So yeah, it's the new item of clothing I'm going to be wearing. Well chuffed for those. So yeah, looking good, I think. Okay guys, so weather conditions have been pretty similar all day. Not much wind, foggy, just not really on, not particularly looking good. Sun's starting to set now, just starting to go darker, as you can see probably. Had consistent beeps on the maggots, getting chewed to bits by crayfish and roach and bream, so I've taken them off, and I'll fish with them in the daytime, but tonight I've put on the snowman, clipped them up to the spots, banged them out. They're within a foot of a bush that I'm fishing to. Same with the chod, just a shorter chod to what I'd usually use, and just a small sort of like 12mm pop-up. So yeah, they're all banged tight as I can get them to the bush, really, you know, right on it, you know, so it's good. I mean, it's so close, one of the rigs was clipping the bush that went down, so if I'm going to get a bite, I think I'm going to get one tonight if anything, so. Guys, good morning. Just been woken up by this fish. 21.4. Got played by little commons last night, but I just had this on the trot, so. Okay then guys, well you might just think with that fish, I don't know whether you could hear much because of the wind noise, but what a nice fish. Finally got big plated, quite pleased with that. I think it was, I can't even remember the weight now, 21.4 I think it was, so a nice fish. Really fought so hard. I went to grab the camera when I had to take, because I'd just been woken up by it, and I usually put the camera literally where it is now, like just at the end of my sleeping bag, and it started ripping off. I struck into it, I thought I can grab the camera, so I came back to try and grab the camera, but it wasn't as behind there, so sorry about that. But yeah, absolutely fought for about 20 minutes, like mad. Literally I did it pretty much locked up clutch and it's still taking line, so crazy. Thought it was bigger than that, but nice fish though. Very nice piece of that. But like I said, I got played by little commons last night about 8 o'clock. I had a screaming take, so I was watching the Incredibles movie, got running out the bivvy, struck into it, and it was just a little common about £10. And again at about, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, I had another take on the same rod, the left-hand rod, which was, it pulled up to the top, stopped, and carried on going. I was like, alright, okay, I'll hit that. So I hit it, and yeah, there was nothing there. So I wound that one in, left it in, and then that one, it just went off, was on the choddy. That absolutely screamed off. Well pleased with that. Delkins are doing proper active tonight. It's the first take I've had on a Delkim, so pucker, proper pleased with that. I'll just go back to you in a bit. Cheers guys. Okay guys, so we are actually getting on to the end of the session now. It's probably about 8 now, but I'm going to start packing up because firstly I've got my fish, so I'm happy. Weather conditions have deteriorated quite severely. Strong winds, lots of rain, just foul out there, so I'm going to pack up and be gone in a bit. So, but before we do that, let's talk rigs. And the rig that I've been using, well, that I've caught that fish on, was actually a shorter choddy, size 8 chod hook, quarter chod hook, mouth trap, ring swivel, then quarter sinkers into beads, and then a Gardner lead sleeve, so just a little naked choddy on there with Hinders pops in, it's the Tangberry pop-ups loaded with beetle, so really lovely, strong, sweet smelling, beautiful stuff, and that's what's been doing it for me really. Nice stuff that, so quite pleased with that. On the other rod is the Snowman rig that I use quite a bit, with the mainline high vis pop up, onto a blowback rig with a crab and clear 18mm beneath that, and that's just forming a nice balanced bait, and that's what's been doing the business for me. I had a take on that last night, so yeah, looking good. I mean that's probably the first take I've had on the bottom bait was yesterday, so pleased with that actually. But yeah, we're going to start packing up now. The weather's got terrible. It's just a bit of a pain really, but yeah, oh well. We shall see you next time. Hopefully I shall be down there again, I think next week. Maybe not next week, maybe the week after, I don't know. I will be out next week, but I don't know if I'll be down there because it's one of the last weeks that this is closing, before this closes, so it's going to be quite busy. I'll have to see how it goes. And then of course it closes bank holiday Easter. I think we've got a bit of time left, but I don't know. I'm terrible with dates, but I should be back on day tickets soon. And then maybe do a bit on Cerney. And then back down here again for the summer. See if I can get some bigger fish out. There's several fish that there's like the sort of A-team sort of thing. You got the parrot, the big common, C scales, S scale, Brian's 19, and then there's a couple of others that's slightly smaller, but they're all about 26, 28 pounds. So that's what I'm after. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll just get back. I shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.